Imagine showing this to a day one Destiny player.
Oh, no, let me see. Let me just shoot you right now.
The game has evolved a lot over the years and added some cool features and crazy bugs. Today we have a bunch of things that never existed in Destiny 1. If you could go back in time, what do you think your Guardian would say about this? Let's take a look. So the game is in a slump right now, kind of a big one. All you see online is doom and gloom negativity. Even people that chime in who don't even play the game anymore and haven't for years. Sometimes it's important to cover some of those negative topics I have from time to time, but I thought it'd be fun to look back through the years and find some of the coolest additions and things that happened in Destiny 2. Maybe these are simple, like weapon types being added, big live events, or crazy bugs never thought possible. There's a ton that I'm sure I've missed, so leave your own in the comments below. Let's first start with weapon types. SMGs, bows, grenade launchers, linear fusion rifles, sidearms, glaives, trace rifles, crossbows. These are all weapon types that have been added to Destiny 2 over the years. When the vanilla version came out and even Destiny 1, none of these were a thing. So it kind of is weird to look back and think that some of these didn't even exist at one point. No Trinity Ghoul, which was my favorite for a very long time, clearing those ads. No Le Monarch, no Rat King. We didn't even have the SMGs you probably all use. Lately we've even had some new weapon types like the combat crossbow and even weapon frames sort of being intermingled like rocket pulse rifles. So let's see what Bungie plans to do in the future. Picture this. You're patrolling around the Cosmodrome after the first month of Destiny's release. Maybe you find a secret cave behind a waterfall. You're exploring the remnants of lost humanity, or taking part in a Warsat public event. Could you imagine if you looked over to the left and saw a stormtrooper out in the wild? Or Darth Vader's cruising around on a Sparrow, or now Skimmer? The game has had many crossovers. Fortnite, Assassin's Creed, Sony armor sets like the God of War, Horizon, and Ghosts of Tsushima, cosmetics inspired by The Last of Us, The Witcher, Mass Effect, Ghostbusters, Dungeons and Dragons, and of course the latest, Star Wars. And those are just crossovers that exist in Destiny. Destiny exists elsewhere in some of those games too, like Brawlhalla as skins, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Among Us, and even Sea of Thieves. There's been a lot of them, it probably isn't stopping anytime soon, but it definitely does give some unique cosmetic choices. Although it hasn't been in the spotlight as of late, crafting was added in 2022's Witch Queen expansion. If you told the Destiny 1 Guardian you could craft a weapon with specific perks and changes, that would sound like a myth. Back in the day, I remember people talking about trading between Guardians, and that sounded crazy too. But crafting became a thing, allowing Guardians to shape up some weapons they were interested in, level them up, and bring them out into the world with some cool effects. It was a great time. Will crafting return in a big fashion? Who knows? But it still does exist in-game. What about some crazy events and bugs that made the game super fun? The crafting was huge. This allowed players to craft perks and archetypes and weapons that shouldn't exist through a few menu glitches and maneuvers. Maybe you had a shotgun that fired like a trace rifle, or a sidearm rocket launcher. This was one of the wildest times the game has ever seen when it came to glitches, and everyone loved it. This one is more recent, but on the same sort of level. In Ashen Iron, players discovered you could use a lightweight sword with no ammo to instantly kill anything. All you had to do was jump up in the air and attack. Bungie let this one ride out for a week, and it was really fun to take on big bosses and blaze through portal activities, especially with how the grind is currently. Destiny had live events at one point, and they were even back-to-back in seasons. The Almighty crashed behind the tower. Guardians watched the Traveler halt the Black Fleet's arrival. These massive events never happened again, but they were really cool, and really made the live aspect of an evolving universe feel live. We didn't see the Almighty blaze through the city in a cutscene. We walked around and watched it with other Guardians. Next up, we have some fast ones. These are features that were added but still strange to think about considering Destiny 1 had none of this. Finishing moves. They are just animations, but it gives players a little extra flair and incentive to get up close to their enemies. And there's even gameplay reasons for it, like performing a finisher to generate heavy ammo for your fire team. Destiny 1 me would want to perform a finishing move on Fogoth. Loadouts are a big change to the game that some may take for granted. Destiny 2 for a long time, and Destiny 1 didn't have loadouts at all. Destiny 2 had third-party apps where you can transfer content, look at different loadouts and things like that to make it easier, but Destiny 1 barely had any of that. I think it had Bungie's base companion app. Heck, even in Patrol, public events weren't even on your map. There was a website you had to go to, I think destinypublicevents.com, to find when the next one may be. Being able to transmog your Guardian was also a huge implementation. I can wear one piece of armor, but change it to anything visually that I want. I know I've been wearing the same set for years in some of my loadouts, just change the appearance from time to time. This was a nice and well-needed feature, and I'm sure many Guardians enjoyed changing their appearance. This one's a little negative, but it makes sense. If you told me the game would get all of this cool stuff, I'd be like, wow, that sounds amazing. And then tell me that half of it, if not more, doesn't exist in-game anymore, that would make Destiny 1 me really upset. Although the portal is hated by some, its goal is to bring some of that content back. Hopefully it can succeed in doing that in the future in a positive fashion that all fans enjoy, but for now that doesn't seem to be the case.
Aramis, we are both Kells. Is this how Salvation cares for its people?
But anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Some things introduced into Destiny over the years that Destiny 1 players might go crazy over. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.